two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
Now what we gonna do right here is settle the score. Look around you. We got a whole room full of monsters. We gonna shut it down like this. Let's go. Yeah. The tricks of the trade, the rules of the game. I've been to the top and I've been to the bottom. I tell you they look about the same. I can speak about comfort, I can speak about pain. You wanna come do this, study my movements, go opposite of the grain. See, I never heard of vacations, bro, that word to me is insane. I'd rather put hands in the dirt as I put in the work and watch suckers complain. Cause all they regardless, who go the hardest, whole family is just chock full of ballers. Who wanna tell them I never been there? I step in the circle, just know I'm prepared.
What a night we expect it to be. We are live at the CompuBox Academy. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable.
Here comes the Roy Jones Jr. One of the...
This bout is scheduled for...
So much hype surrounding... We're expecting an all-action slugfest. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Left counterpunch will score. Going back to life now, starting to land some punches. Perhaps the hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
God, listen to them, listen to them. You can hear the noise, but you don't know what they're saying. It's that loud. I'm sorry, man. I'm shouting you here. I'm sorry.
One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. No rest for the weary. He misses with that jab. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
To beat a counter-puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. It's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
You can't leave it up to the judges.
Here we go. It's round two. And Josh misses with that jab. Showing exceptional chins, by the way. This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
You're fighting a counter-puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter-punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
The jab. Some nice exchanges for both men in this round. And he misses with that jab. Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they emphasize their physical fitness?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the bantamweight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace, you can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford it.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? And he misses with the left uppercut. Defending themselves. That one will count. He's in trouble. And down goes Jones Jr. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around them. Work the body, use tactics sometimes to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath, got right. Brush it off, get on with the job.
Here we go to the 4th round. Both men step back for just a moment. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
The problem with having a chin that everybody knows if they hit you, you're hurt, you're gone. You've got to protect that, but you've also got to get your shots off. And they forget, you can bang too.
And he just missed with that left jab. Gets out of the way of that left hand. You hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Missed him with that uppercut. misses with that jab. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
You know, you've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
There's the bell to start round 5. Fighters sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
Why aren't they defending? Missed with that jab. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Another scoring shot there. Nice punch. Not a lot of defense here at all. Both men step back for just a moment. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Come on, look at something. Look at him now. Fine. It's so important now in this first minute of the next round. Let's get on top of this.
Here we go in the 6th round. This fighter has tested their opponent's power and apparently isn't impressed as they continue to walk through all these power shots.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Nice job by him to block that jab. Nice exchange here from both men. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round. slip to avoid the jab. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. He is down big time on the scores.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Round 7, here we go. You'd like to see more jabs. One of these fighters is starting to run out of gas. What do you do as a fighter when you just don't have the energy?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
He parries that right jab away. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Can they figure out the combination to keep this safe? How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this guy that can seriously hurt you?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin or pickpocket him.
Neither fighter willing to sit down on these punches. They're arm punches. They're scoring, but they're not going to hurt anybody. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. Do you believe this? Both men step back for just a moment. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Miss with that jab. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Neither man really defending themselves. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think.
And there's the bell for round 9. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? He blocks the uppercut. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
When you've got a fast fighter, they will cut you to ribbons, and they know it's a matter of time before either you get desperate or the referee jumps in and saves you. This is a natural gift.
Both men step back for just a moment. Punches coming from every angle. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now they're going to find out.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
So they don't get complacent. You think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
This is the 10th. They're both trying for a knockout. Fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Jab. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Both men step back for just a moment. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Jacobs in real trouble. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
We're absolutely exhausted. What are you going to tell him in the corner?
Ready to go. He's absolutely shattered. Nice round. Good round. Right there. I'm happy. Good man. See it and ride it out. Go out there and finish it.
Let's start 11. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. He threw the hook, didn't land. Neither man really defending themselves. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations, and they throw them non-stop. Got out of the way of that right hook. Perfect punch. Just misses with that big right hand. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
He's absolutely knackered, mate. He's knackered. He's fine. Don't really get a puncher. This is the second by the best puncher.
There's the bell for round 12. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when they're in the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there, because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Misses with the jab. Carries that left jab away. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter, who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's uncomfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round. Neither fighter willing to sit down on these punches. They're arm punches. They're scoring, but they're not going to hurt anybody. Got his gloves up to block the left jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. The judges have spoken, a unanimous decision victory.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.
I'm Todd Grisham, and what a venue. We are live at the Empire Fight Camp. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Hi to everybody back home.
It's time for our tale of the tape. It's the Here comes the Miracle Man himself, Daniel Jacobs, fighting out of New York, New York. He is one of the most... Carl the Cobra Froch, a super middleweight multi-time world champion.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
And now we toss it up to the world-renowned ring announcer, Mr. Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Brooklyn, New York, introducing an acclaimed two-time middleweight champion of the world, known as the Miracle Man, introducing Daniel Jacobs. Fighting out of the blue corner, introducing from Nottingham, England, a super middleweight champion of the world, Carl the Cobra Froch.
How will these two fighters handle the outdoors? We're fighting under the sun here for this big...
All right.
And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. These two were made for each other. Both men step back for just a moment. He didn't take that jab well at all. Both of these athletes' gas tanks are going to be tested. Endurance will be the key on an afternoon like this one.
This is taking boxing back to its roots. Outside, where you've got the crowd there, you can hear everything. You've got the breeze of the wind. You've got the heat of the sun. You know when you're doing this? Your feet are on fire, Tom. They're on fire in the ring.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Beautiful counter shot. Nice counter punch. And he just misses with that jab. Nice counter shot with the right hand. Nice job landing with that right hand counter. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Counterpuncher is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
You can't score with that uppercut. He threw the hook, didn't land. Keep an eye on this slugger. As you know, he's willing to take 3 to give 1. That's his game plan, and it's worked out pretty well for him so far.
Sluggers will hit anything and everything. Your head, your ear, your elbow, your rib, your belly button. They are an absolute terror.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round. They exchange punches. Catch and shoot with the left counter. Good job. Got his gloves up to block the left jab. Neither man really defending themselves. Nice offensive display, landing that left counter. Catch and shoot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. That counter shot lands. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
And there's the bell for round 3. Beautiful counter punch. Good right hand. When you've got two evenly matched fighters in this weight class, it sometimes comes down to who's in better condition.
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, you're a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable at middleweight.
That's another scoring shot. These two are the perfect dance partners. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Neither fighter willing to sit down on these punches. They're arm punches. They're scoring, but they're not gonna hurt anybody. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. We know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
The referee calling for seconds out. Unfortunately, this fighter not going to. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? And he just missed with that left jab. He missed with that jab. old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have the quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe? His jab just got blocked. It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. Nice exchange here from both men. Both men step back for just a moment. He misses with that jab. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker.
On to the 5th we go. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Another scoring shot there. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
How would you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round. That one will count. He fails to score with that left hook. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Neither man really defending themselves. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Here we go in the 6th round. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
He blocks the jab. And he misses with that jab. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. He misses with that jab. And that jab just missed with the left hand. Neither fighter willing to sit down on these punches. They're arm punches. They're scoring, but they're not going to hurt anybody. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. A round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Here we go, it's round 7. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. This is a high-octane battle. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fighters like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Shot with the left. Both men step back for just a moment. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up as we get set to jump back in the action. And they're back at it again here in round 8. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close. Talk
about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed. He gets out of the way of that left hand. He parries that left jab away. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. When we talk about a fighter having power, don't just look at the head punches they throw. Look at the body shots. That could be the real difference.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you can't think him. You just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
A big left, but doesn't score with it. Back and forth they go. Swing and a miss with that jab. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
And there's the bell for round 9. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is. Oh no, Carl Froch got caught. He's got to do something. Didn't wait too long to get back and get engaged. Neither man really defending themselves. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Swing and a miss with that jab. Just missed with that big right hand. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. It's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
You can't leave it up.
We've made it to round 10. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the back. They've got to relax.
You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it. Watch that jab. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Got out of the way of that right hook. Nope, that jab not going to score. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no... Let's start 11. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are. Nice exchange here from both men. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. This fighter has tested their opponent's power and apparently isn't impressed as they continue to walk through all these power shots.
The problem with having a chin that everybody knows if they hit you, you're hurt, you're gone. You've got to protect that, but you've also got to get your shots off. And they forget, you can bang too.
There's a right hand. Oh, Frotch, we didn't see this coming. And right back into the fray. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
Dominance without a doubt.
And there's the bell to start round 12. And that right jab just misses. And you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Both men step back for just a moment. These two are the perfect dance partners. This is certainly an aggressive... And finally, Carl Froch goes down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He carries the right jab away. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Oh no, Carl Froch got it, and the Cobra is down!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No surprises, we get a unanimous decision there.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan, and what a result.